message here, one message there. Wake up! Try to take it away, did I take it away? You can't take it. Wake up! Try to take it away, did I take it away? You'll never take. The sun on my face, the lessons I've learned. Beneath all my skin, there's a story. A great love in all of that's not perception. These are some things you can take away. All the kings and queens moving pawns around. Lies on the floor, lies in the house. Don't you see what they're doing? No more control.
What is going on? And welcome to Who Gave the Drummer a Mic? I'm Sick, aka Adam. To my partner, Michael. So, how was your 2 weeks off?
It was nice. It was I'm not gonna say it was needed, but it was definitely nice. I got a new microphone in that time span, so I hope my my audio is sounding good to you and to everybody on the in the chat right now.
I would say I actually right here there is actually a new mic myself. So if I actually sound a little bit different, I actually kind of stepped up my professional hosting abilities over here.
Sweetwater hit me with that we got some deals and you might like them email, and I was like, well, fuck, I guess I got to go ahead and cop me a microphone for this show. So went ahead and did it. Our boy Chris, he's getting married right now in Vegas with his with a couple of friends and family. So he's not with us today or next week, but he will be back. And you know, if you're watching, send
he's definitely missing a banger. As you know, you guys have been seeing our post since Wednesday. We actually have an excellent lineup for you guys this week. I was gonna say we're gonna kick things off. I wish I was able, if I wasn't so busy, I would have had videos put together for all these artists, but we're going to go ahead and kick off. Actually, the first guest that I'm going to bring in is a very dear friend of mine I met back in 2015 on Nonpoint, 36 Crazy Fists, and I believe we had Scare Don't Fear on that tour. I'm going to actually welcome from Portland, Oregon, Mr. Kyle Baltus, who is now has a new band out there. Make sure you go to their pages. Please go to all the artists' pages, their bands, check them out. Some of them are on YouTube. They have all their videos. But Mr. Kyle Baltus has a new project going called Ligature Marks. Why don't you tell us a little bit about it?
Well, what's up? Thanks for having me, first of all. It's good to see you guys. Yeah, I have a project in Portland with some good friends of mine called Ligature Marks. And we've actually got a bunch of new stuff coming up. We are working on some new music in the studio right now, but we just released a new single and a video for a song called Noise in the Signal a couple weeks ago. So go check that out. That's been getting, I don't know, some good reviews. I think we did okay on it.
I'll say I enjoyed it. It's like I can't wait to definitely see the full set. You know, hopefully, you know, you get rid of the East Coast. You know, who knows?
It'd be awesome, man. I had all these dates written down, and I don't know where they're at now. But we have a re-release.
I was going to say, like, you don't even need to talk about the dates. These people over there, right there. They need to go to the Facebook. They need to go to Facebook. They need to find those dates for themselves. You know, if they want to know where Ligature Marks are going to be, you know, they need to like, subscribe, and you know, get that attraction over there.
Yeah.
Go ahead and bring the next one in, man. Go ahead and bring the next guest. Let's bring everybody in.
I say, here we are. Do you want to do
Black screen?
Oh, come on. Josh. Oh, there he is.
I don't see him.
I was say we're having a little technical difficulties. So we'll go ahead and actually.
My boy Jared. What's up, boy? How you doing,
up?
man? And then bring Brooke in too. Let's go.
I would say we got Mr. Jared Wainscott from the band Artifas. He's joining us this evening. He was a little bit of a late addition because, you know, hey, we got room. It's like I can fit we can get Hollywood Squares going on in this bitch, which I plan on doing hopefully soon.
That'd be funny.
Thanks for squeezing.
We'll kind of like do season 1 ender, and get about nine of you in here and play Hollywood Squares with the the public. And then the last girl we got coming in, hitting up the Billboard charts. Please check them out. From the band Plush, we actually have Miss Brooke Lauren joining us. Welcome this evening, everybody. I'm going to send Josh a message real quick. Tell him to kind of reset here.
Yeah, actually, I know what he's doing. I know what he said he was doing off camera. I know what he's doing. I know there's 2 of them, or no? There's always that one guy with the technical problem, man.
Always that one guy. We get somebody every week.
It's great. It's great.
Well, guys, welcome to Who Gave a Drummer a Mic, where we do nothing but talk drums, shows, tours, basically influences. We will get over here to the chat, and I'll start pulling up some. Some may actually have questions for you. But, I mean, let's start right down the line. Kyle, what do you play?
I'm a drummer. I think.
Who would have guessed? Who would have guessed?
Okay, Mr. Technicality over here. What kind of kit do you use?
Oh, I gotcha. Yeah, so I play D-drum drums. I have a Dios Maple kit. Run just like pretty much a standard trap kit, like 12 by 8 rack, 16 by 14 floor. It's a 22 by 20 kick. I like that one. It's a little bit deeper than the 18, so it's good.
There's Josh.
And then I got a bunch of snares. So I just got a new hand hammered one though recently that's killer. So
you can never have too many snare drums, man.
I know, right? It's like shoes.
The collection is supposed to be monstrous.
Yeah.
I only have 2. Unfortunately, I used to have like 8, but I sold most of them and I only kept 2.
Yeah.
I go through a lot. I go through that phase where like I sell gear to get the new gear, and then I sell the new gear to get more new gear. It's just like
I hear you.
There's no limit on when to stop that. So right now I only got 2 snare drums. So
yeah.
Okay, we'll go down. Oh no, go ahead. No, go ahead. Go ahead.
Oh, no, I didn't know if you just wanted the kit or like the whole setup or whatever. So
kit cymbals. I mean, I know some of these other ones probably, still know you as far as, sponsored, endorsed, what do you play? A lot of this is just for, the people to sit here and kind of like, see what your recommendations, coming from you. I mean, this is for beginners, intermediates, advanced, or some just to sit on here and BS with us if they want. Word.
Yeah. Well, I'm a Vic Firth artist. I play Vic Firth sticks. I just play like standard 5B wood tip. Like I said, I'm a D-drum artist, so that's my kit setup. But I play all Zildjian cymbals. Like I'm an A custom guy. I love those. So I play 18 projection crash, 19 just regular A custom crash. My main crash is a 20 A custom ride. It's just I don't know. I've always crashed on rides for whatever reason. And then I have a 21-inch sweet ride, but it's the brilliant finish. So it sounds different than like the traditional sweet ride you can find everywhere. And it's amazing. I love that. And then I have just 14-inch master sound hats and then 18-inch Oriental China. And then I have a 10-inch splash that's like I think it was like a 50th anniversary or some kind of shit for Armand. It's like called the Armand splash, but I've never seen it again since I like had them years ago. So I still have that thing, and that thing sounds awesome. So, so that's that. And then all D-drum Mercury hardware, except my pedals. I play Iron Cobras.
Iron Cobras. Wow, I haven't heard anyone say those in a long time.
Yeah, I've got the Speed Cobras on right now, but because I was on tour and I needed to replace the pedals, and it's in some podunk town with one guitar center. It's like as big as a closet, so they had like 9,000s in Speed Cobras, and I'm not a fan of 9,000s. So
wow.
I like the 5,000s, but there's something about the 9,000s. I don't know, they just don't work for me.
You gotta watch what you're saying, man. You say that in any drum community, man, they might come for you. The 9,000s is
I get it. I get it.
I would say
it's not for me.
I would say I would say, no, he's not from Portland. He's from Seattle.
Nope. They're nice. It's not my thing, man. I feel more comfortable with just straight up Iron Cobras.
All right.
Mr.
Go ahead,
Jared
Jared.
Wainscott from Artifas.
What's
What do we
up?
play?
It's Artifice, by the way. He's saying it Artifast.
Yeah, it is. Everybody says that, so. But I have some like $200. I don't even think they're $200. The PDP pedals, the just like the beginner. Because a long time ago, I had a set of 4, and then I picked up those like in a panic, and just have been like on a budget ever since, and haven't really got that because these are actually good for cheap pedals.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah,
Cheap pedals.
they work, man. That's why I'm like, I don't care if people don't think, or if people are like, oh, whatever, but you don't like 9000s. I'm like, dude, they're an amazing pedal. I mean, come on, they're great, but they don't shit, man. I'd rather have like the Pacific one if it felt good.
I played a
Exactly. It's, what feels good to you, or, especially to the style that, you play.
It's all personal preference at the end of the day, man.
100%.
Definitely is.
But yeah. What drums you still rocking those crystal beats, Jared?
Yep. I love
Oh
them.
yeah, dude.
I probably need to get a new set by now, but I love these. They sound so good.
I should have never sold mine, man.
Yeah, acrylic, man. But I'm
Scott.
W snare, the performance series.
Nice.
It ain't I
The
like.
deep one?
Yeah.
That's
Hell
sick.
yeah.
I forget what it is. 14 by.
Like
6?
7 or 8? Oh, 6. Nice.
Yeah, but it's awesome. It's got a lot of depth, a lot of pop.
What symbols you rocking right now?
Cymbals, TRX all the way. I am a TRX artist, but I love sound and just the quality. I've always had a lot of problems with breaking cymbals, and just so much that these
You'll be.
these have been good to me.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Actually, you're like the only person that I know that actually plays TRX.
Yeah, me
Actually, I looked into him. I looked into him a couple of years ago, and I never was really sold on them. But I've heard some reviews.
They're definitely not like A customs, but they're. I mean, to me they are. You know what I mean? Like I don't know. Something like I said, the durability has been amazing. Has been off the charts as far as any other cymbal that I've really used, and so that kind of sold me on them
For sure.
And the people there at the company are awesome too.
Yeah.
So.
Fuck yeah. You using what sticks are you rocking?
Right. I have some dope sticks by
Eric Moore
those
sticks.
Eric Moores?
yeah, and they're pretty
All
awesome.
right.
Yeah, all of a sudden I was just flying around the kit like Eric Moore. It was crazy.
Shit, I'm fucking Eric Moore. Hell yeah.
All of a sudden. No, but they're pretty dope. I can't lie. I normally was with a company called Hot Sticks.
Oh yeah.
Which I mean, they're a small company, and honestly, I haven't even talked to them forever, so I don't know what they're up to. But those sticks. Talk about durability. Like that was another reason why I picked them, is because I got their sticks. Also, I have sweaty hands, and sticks just fly out of my hands on stage, and they do the raw. And I don't really mess with too many other companies, but I haven't had anybody else do that. So yeah, that was
Nice.
But yeah,
Yeah.
5As usually. I like longer sticks sometimes, but just the standard 5A is usually what I be rocking.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
He's like you're like TikTok famous, right? You're like a TikTok drummer right now.
I'm almost
You're on the TikTok covers.
Yeah, it's fun. It's been an outlet for me because like I moved. I was in an upstairs apartment.
Yeah.
And I was not playing too much, and then I got a storage unit, and I started playing a little more, but it still just wasn't like wasn't good enough for me. It was just weird going to a storage unit, and then finally we got a house, and I can actually play without disturbing neighbors. All that.
Oh, yeah. Hell yeah.
So now I just disturb my girlfriend, and I do 15-second TikTok videos, and it's good enough.
And they're all one take, right? All one take.
All one take every single time.
Fuck yeah, my boy. All right. You got any other gear you want to plug before we toss it over to Brooke?
Other than 64 audio, those in-ears, man, those are great. I'm not an artist or anything, but I highly recommend those guys.
Hell yeah.
But yeah.
All right. Hell yeah. All right, Brooke. The floor is open to you. What gear you swear by?
So right now I have a DW Performance Series kit. I use a Predator percussion snare. It's 7x14 bird's eye maple. I use all Mino cymbals. I'm a Mino artist, actually. I use Vader drumsticks. I use their universals, which is like kind of like a 5B, but like almost like a little bit more like top heavy. It like gives me really good rebound. Like they're my favorite sticks. And yeah. I use DW pedals as well, the 9000s.
She was fuming down there. She was like,
No, I totally get it though, because like, you got to use what's comfortable for you, and they just happen to be comfortable for me, so that's what I use. But
that's right. Hell yeah.
I think honestly, like the biggest thing for me with the comfortable thing with 9000s is the beaters. Like for whatever reason,
I don't use the DW beaters.
They feel so heavy. So like if I throw Cobra beaters on there, I can use them a lot easier.
Yeah.
But I'll just stick to the Cobras.
Yeah,
no, I don't use those.
I changed the drive shaft on mine, so I took like a trick drive shaft and I put it on the pedals.
Oh wow!
So it's like the trick one was like so much more like durable looking in a way, because like the UW one is like really skinny and stuff. But I noticed a difference from just changing up that.
Interesting.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna have to try something like that. I didn't think about doing that in mine. I just adjusted the springs, and I don't use the W beater. I use like I don't think this company's even around no more, but I use a company called Pure Sound beaters.
They're still around.
Like they are.
Yeah.
Okay, I can't find them anywhere. Like I'm rocking the same pair from like 10 years ago. I'm trying to get new one. I had like super glue the beater because like it'll like swivel.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I can't find them anywhere.
Oh dang.
I gotta
like Kelly Percussion, I think owns them or something like that.
Okay. I gotta look into that because I need a new set bad. I'm down bad right now.
Having to go back to those factory beaters there.
Those heavy ass beaters that DW puts in the box.
Nothing wrong with DWs.
No, is that
Damn,
is that all?
I mean, that's all the stuff I use. So
You do a lot of like your drum videos are like always like in terms of like sound, like quality, like what recording gear do you use like on your mics and all that other stuff?
So right now I kind of have like a hodgepodge of mics because I've been like trying some different ones and trying to see like which ones I can get the best sound out of.
Yeah.
But so far I really like the Earthworks. I forget what model they are, but they're Earthworks on my toms. And then I have a Shure SM57 on my snare. For my overheads, I use Sennheisers. I also forget which model those are, but they're Sennheisers. I like can never remember this stuff, but I remember the brand, but not like the model.
I don't say as long as you know where they go, that's all that matters. Hey, these are simple mic. It doesn't matter.
But yeah, and then I forget which one I have in my bass drum. What mic I have in my bass drum, but
is it the square one?
I would say, do you actually have an in and an out? Do you actually have an outside and in like an A91?
All I have is like the ones on the inside. I don't put anything on the outside.
Okay. So yeah, like an A91.
Yeah, I think so.
She's just like, yeah, it's a 418,
Yeah.
whatever Adam says.
The whole time it's like the fucking
This
decent.
douchebag right here just spitting numbers out.
Dude, that's how I would be. I'm like, wait, this thing's a mic?
Oh yeah.
But yeah,
All right.
those are the kits I use.
Oh,
Mr.
yeah?
Josh Alves, what are you rocking?
What's up? Sorry about the delay, guys. I've just been going through like different devices and shit and connection issues. Brooke, actually, I had a
Gotta love
question for you. I know, right? Brooke, do you do your own mixing too on your drumming videos?
My dad has been helping me out a lot with that. I'm starting to get into it myself, but
Yeah.
I really have to thank my dad for doing most of it. So
That's
That's
cool. He's like
awesome.
teaching you though. I'm like just figuring that out right now, like how to mix and
I'm trying to learn myself.
Yeah.
It's hard.
No, because
But,
your videos always sound like stupid crisp. I'm like, damn, those drums sound good.
yeah,
Thank you.
definitely.
Thank you.
Go ahead, Josh.
Oh yeah, what's up, guys? So I rock a couple different things. SJC artist all the way, 100%. I love those guys. Shout out to everyone there.
I've been contemplating.
And,
Dude,
yeah,
honestly, you'll never regret it.
yeah.
Yeah.
I'll say that much. Yeah, 100%.
Okay.
My kits, I actually bought mine off of one of the artist reps because he was switching out to a different kit. So it's definitely a full custom kit, which is nice. It's definitely something I wouldn't have been able to afford at the time, but I was already because like that's just what happens. It's like a $3,000 kit. And you're
That's
like,
like
"Hey."
every FJT.
Yeah. But no, I was looking at the tour series as my backup originally, you know. So like it was going to be SJC either way, and I ended up trying out the tour series on the same tour that I brought my kit out, and the comparison was really unique. Honestly, I couldn't really hear the difference between the shells. I think they were pretty much the same Keller Maple shells, no matter what, you know. On top of that, I run TRX cymbals. So I do that. Been doing that for a while, which is dope. Yeah. I've been with Dave and all those guys for a bit. And then I also do some of their artist relations as well, too. I've been doing artist relations for them for about 4 years now. On the low.
You don't know my boy Jared?
Jared? I do. Like we've never met Jared, but like I know that you were on our roster and everything like that. So I was like, oh, sick. That's tight. So that's sick.
Yeah.
But you've probably spoken to like Dave and like a few other people at HQ or whatever, right?
Yep.
Yeah. Dave's awesome. He's great. He's also in connection with this company called Stick Express, which is like a Chinese hickory stick company. And I rock those sticks because they're awesome. They're just hickory. It's the same stuff. Like it's very durable. It's very similar to like a Vader 5B or a Vic Firth 5B with like minor differences. But other than that, I would just rock like a Vic Firth 5B or a Vader 5B. And then as far as in-ears, what do I have? I have Shure's for in-ears, but all of our mics are Sennheiser. So we're with Sennheiser as well. I'm actually looking to pick up a pair of like drum mics here soon for runs and everything. So I can just have them all, you know, stationary and stuff. And then I'm with Veradum drum shoes, and I love those guys. And I dig them. They're great. And then my pedals, I have a couple different things. I am rocking the 9000s right now. So
Yeah.
I'm always gonna get shit for that now.
Hashtag Team DW.
But I've had a pair of Pearl Eliminators for a long time too. And shout out to my boy Ernie who he's tech for a bunch of different drummers. He's a fantastic drummer too. He switched out on my Eliminators to the Red Dragon bearings on the inside
Like
of my
the
Pearl
old skate
Eliminators.
bearings?
Yes.
The Bones bearings? That's tight.
Yeah.
No, I never
So-
thought about doing that. That's genius.
100%, dude. Like that's what the Demon drives were. Like I like techie shit. Like I do drum tech stuff on the side too. I used to work for this company called Orange County Drum Percussion back in the day, making custom snares for them and stuff. So like I've been around the techie part of it for a while. So I love like just like, you were saying, Brooke, how like you switched out your thing for the trick drive, like stuff like that. 100%. I love that stuff. So, but other than that,
Nerd.
yeah.
There's nothing wrong with that. You know, it just comes back. I mean, just being innovative also is just like kind of like, and the funny thing is, it kind of makes you that entrepreneur also to where, you know, like I said, you know, this is for all the beginners, intermediates, advanced, you know, advanced, obviously they're going to sit here and chill and kind of have their opinions and, you know, hey, let me see what this person, but a lot of the beginners are going to be like, oh, that's pretty dope. But also it's like with those beginners, they're taking a lot of this knowledge in just in case they come across that type of stuff. So it's like, you know, this ain't just like a bunch of known artists here to sit here and talk about a bunch of known artists. This is, you know, that's why, you know, it's tech talk, it's drum talk. It's for them to sit here and gather that type of knowledge. 13 years old, 5 years old. I mean, we're out here seeing YouTube videos of 3-year-olds slaying it. But it's like, do they really know as far as like the technical things behind a drum kit and things, you know? And that's what this is for. Is like, oh, what?
Well, I don't either. I swear,
we won't
like,
get into that, Kyle. We will not
so
get into.
Just like I don't know shit. I'm just like, oh, I think I can kind of play them, but I don't know how to tune. I don't know how to fix stuff.
Dude,
That's one of my favorite things to do, man, is tune those drums.
Oh,
I love playing.
I just tune mine low and hit them hard as shit, and then I'm just like, okay, that should work as long as they're not like wah wah wah. I'm just like, all right, that works.
Yeah. You know what you do?
And again, there's nothing wrong with that.
Oh, the cotton ball technique, hell yeah! I swear by it.
I love that shit. It's so sick. Especially, Jared, if you have like a crystal beat and they're acrylic and stuff, just throw a bunch of cotton balls inside, put lights from underneath, let that shit fucking jump around. Yeah, it's so funny. It's so funny.
That's pretty cool.
I had lights in my crystal beats, man. I fucking damn missed that kid.
I was like, here you go. Even for us artists, you know, we're all gonna have tips and tricks to sit here and share with each other. And ta-da! That's what Who Gave Your Drummer a Mic is about. I would say, okay, we just talked gear and stuff like that. We did actually have a couple questions on here, but I would say I'm gonna start with
if you do barefoot or soles preferred. Somebody said if y'all play what does it say? Barefoot or soles? So I'm assuming barefoot or shoes.
Shoes.
Shoes. Definitely.
Always shoes.
Yeah, I play in Chucks, nothing but.
Yep.
I like Vans. I can't play in Converse.
Yeah, I used to play in slip-ons,
Mhm.
but I pretty much only wear Chucks anyway. So,
well, I wear Chucks. I wear Chucks when it's showtime. 98% of the time, I'm in slides, like Nike slides.
yeah.
That's all I fucking wear, man, is the Nike slides. And then when it's time to play a show, then I put the Chucks on. Now, like my shoe closet is like slides, and then you got Converse.
Dude, mine is like just like 3-4 pairs of Chucks and then like 6 pairs of Cortezes, and that's it.
Those Cortezes are sick.
I got every color of Converse. Like I have like the entire fucking the color scheme like they offer. My favorite shoe.
That's
Never go wrong.
I was say, Jared, what are you rocking? Shoes or bare feet?
Who, me?
Oh, me?
Yep.
Which one?
Yeah. Jared. I was saying everybody else said shoes.
Okay. Yeah, shoes all the way. Barefoot is. I'm not a barefoot kind of guy. Like even like just outside of the drum, like I don't really like to just walk around barefoot. And recently, I didn't even like sleep with my socks off, but now I do because we have a giant comforter. It's hot. But I definitely play. And I wear right now. I'm wearing these like Toms, which my stepmom actually got me for Christmas or my birthday, and they're super light, and I love them.
I do remember Toms. I tried drumming in them one time, and my feet were like splashing everywhere.
Man, well, like the dudes that do it with bare feet, like I have tons of friends that do, and I mean they slay it. But every time I've tried, the beaters always come back and hit the top of my right foot, and it's just like this is not fun at all. This hurts.
My feet get sweaty, slide off.
Oh, for sure. Well, I put grip tape on my pedals, so I just tear the shit out of my feet too, probably.
It's like trying to skateboard barefoot.
Yeah, and kids used to try that shit too and just tear their toe off all of a sudden. It's like, yeah, well, what do you think is going to happen?
Why is my toenail missing?
Totally.
Kyle, you might actually like the Veradum shoes if you haven't tried them out. The whole reason why I liked them was because I put grip tape on my pedals a lot too. And because I was always like, before Rivals, I was doing like a lot of tech death stuff. So I was trying to like understand the swivel technique or like the heel toe shit, right? So
yeah,
I was always around. And when I started trying the Veradums, I noticed that like the grip on the bottom like gives a similar feel to where your feet would be placed on if you had grip tape already on the pedal. So it kind of like replaces
it.
You know, that's the whole reason why I like it.
I've been really curious about them. I've never like tried them or anything, but I was filling in for a band called Light the Torch when they did the Ice Nine Kills tour, and Patrick, Ice Nine's drummer, has them. And I mean, that dude's he's a ripper, but he had them. And so ever since then, I was just like, what? I was just curious because I had started seeing more people have them, but I've never got a chance to try them out yet.
Yeah, our first guest, Miles, is actually one of the sponsored artists. He swore by me, and like he was like, "Yeah, it's like I can't wear any more regular shoes sitting there playing on them." He's like, "I just can't."
That's crazy.
Yeah, like
I know what that's like, though.
I would say I'm with Brooke. It's like I literally 4 pairs of Vans. It's like just, and the ones that like I'm currently rocking, and it's really weird. It's like the new kind of cross trainer looking ones, but that's just because they have this like. They have these diamond jagged edges, so the way that it grips the pedals is intense, and it helps out like so much. I mean, some of the other Vans, they're just straight flat bottoms like Adidas and like Chucks and stuff like that. So there's like really no grip, but I mean, you're using grip tape, Kyle, and stuff. So it's like that helps out with any type of shoe. Basically, I mean, you're doing the same thing.
Yeah.
Real quick, I'll say we're going to go to some of the questions because it says I have a lot of new comments. So we did have one, and this is actually especially designed for, Brooke. Let's see. First question, Brooke, how does it feel being one of the only female drummers in a male-dominated area of music?
Okay. I've been asked this question before, and like I never know how to answer it just because like I'm somebody who's never like I've never felt, I don't know how to say it, like discriminated, I guess is the best word that I can think of right now.
Yeah.
Or like, I don't know. I've just always like had tons of support from a lot of fellow drummers and everything. It's very rare when I have another drummer comment anything like negative towards me or like sexist or whatever. But yeah, I guess that's my answer. It's like I like I don't feel any different. Like if I was a male, I don't really necessarily think my feelings would be any different, I guess. Yeah.
Right. And I mean it's not, and the funny thing is like there's probably been a lot of female drummers out there. We just don't know about them because they're either they're too afraid to like come out and play with a band, or back in the 80s, you're not talking that we had the internet, we didn't have YouTube, we didn't have an opportunity.
We had Vixen.
I love this guy.
They rock, like, man.
No, they do. And it's so, I mean, a lot of, originally, before Plush, I mean, were you playing any bands before that?
I was, yeah. I was in a band and we just did like some local gigs and stuff. Yeah.
But as far as like being out there, and again, with the internet starting to come around, it's like now there's that outlet actually for now people to come out. Because I mean, you have Jen Ledger, you have Haley with Pop Evil, and I mean, actually, Skillets actually had Jen is actually the third female drummer because that's actually all they'll actually have is a female drummer. It's just in their repertoire. And there's Brooke Shiano, she's another YouTube sensation drummer. I can't remember. There's actually this Russian girl who's actually a pretty phenomenal drummer. She's on YouTube as well. So it's like the outlet's now available for, that to happen. So there is actually a lot more females out there. It's just actually the discovery of trying to find them and locate them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I would say the second one actually went to Brooke also, but I mean, we'll actually do this for everybody. Brooke, who is your favorite drummer of all time?
Of all time, I don't know. I'll name a few though. So definitely got to go with Shannon Larkin from Godsmack.
Yeah.
Big influence for me. Danny Carey from Tool.
Mm-hmm.
Morgan Rose as well has always been a big influence for me. John Bonham and Neil Peart. Those are like my top 5.
Oh yeah,
Perfect. Kyle, run away with it. Favorite drummer of all time, or if you don't have a favorite, do top 3, top 5 if you want.
Favorite of all time is just like definitely Tommy Lee.
oh yeah,
100%.
oh yeah.
No comparison. But like, if I had to pick 4 more, the drummer that I replaced in 36, Thomas Noonan, he's always been like a hero of mine. And I loved Brandon Steinekert, the original drummer for the Used. Still love him. And Tommy Aldridge. I like Tommy Aldridge, and I'd have to say Matt Sorum too. Like I grew up on like 80s hair metal, so I just love like fucking heavy hitting dudes that look badass. So
hell yeah, I forgot.
So, yeah.
I honestly feel like bad that I forgot about Matt Sorum. Like he was a big one of mine too back like when I was starting out.
Yeah, dude,
Dude's
he's
badass.
incredible.
Hell yeah, man. I like that. I like those answers. Tommy Lee was also one of the first ones I discovered.
Yeah, I think he was one, he just made it look cooler than anyone else could. And I think so many people can agree with that. And what the crazy thing about Tommy is like he's overlooked as far as like how good he really is, I think.
Yeah.
Like people think he's just like Tommy Lee, this bad boy, like celebrity, rock star, whatever, but he's like a fucking amazingly solid drummer. And he's got
a musician as well. Like he plays guitar, he sings. Like,
yeah, totally. But I mean, like
Entertainer.
Yeah, 100%, man. But he's got that bounce. Like, like he could play the drums by himself and motherfuckers will dance to it. Like not a lot of people have that, you know.
Yeah.
But he's got
Totally
that.
agree.
He's got that fucking. He's just got it, dude.
Yeah.
So,
dude's fucking legend.
Yeah,
Dude,
absolutely.
like,
I got to meet him
I gotta
actually
ask
one time, and he was the nicest dude.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was
fucking-
amazing.
That's on my bucket list, man. I would love to meet him just one
Dude,
time.
it was mine too. And then so in 2015, I get a call from Holt, our guitar player in 36, and he was like, "Yo, don't say anything, but like we're confirmed for Download this year." And I was like, it was a dream of mine to play Download, and I was just like, "Holy shit, that's gonna be awesome." He's like, "Well, wait till you hear who we're opening for." And he's like, "We're opening for He's like, "Well, I guess opening for we're playing the main stage same day, but we were with Billy Idol / Motley Crue and Kiss." And
dude.
so like
Awesome.
Guns N' Roses is my favorite band of all time. So I was tripping out that like I was gonna see Slash and all this stuff, but the band was like giving me shit. They're like, "Dude, if you don't meet Tommy while we're here, like it's pointless for us to go play this fucking little show, you know?" And I was
Little show.
they're just giving me shit. So
Yeah, we only decided to play Download because we wanted you to meet Tommy Lee.
that's what they were saying. They're just totally fucking with me. So like we're sitting backstage in the little area or whatever, and like I'm crazy, like just nervous and like holy shit, I'm at Download and I'm whatever. And like right next to us is like Max and Igor from the Cavalier Conspiracy played too. So they're right next door. And then Billy Idol's right there. And then Slash is right like across from us. And my buddy that was teching for me that day came up and he's like, yo, Tommy just went into Slash's dressing room. And I was like, I don't believe you. That's not funny. And he's like, no, I'm serious, dude. Let's just go outside, chill for a second. There's no one out here. Let's just see what happens. So I go outside and we're just sitting there talking, and like he just comes walking out, and it's just like me, my buddy, and Tommy, and he's like walking right towards us to walk past us, and I was just like, dude, I fucking crumbled. Like I don't fanboy or anything like that. Like people are just people. But when I saw him, I was like, oh my God, dude, I'm like so sorry to do this, but could I like just get a picture with you or something? And he sized me up a little bit because he's tall, man, and I'm not a big dude. And he like steps back and he's like, well, fuck yeah, bro. What's your name? And I was like, oh, dude, my name's Kyle and I play drums too. And I'm just like, and I was just so like, just this, oh my God, I just like freaked out. And then I run to the guys and like showed them the picture, and everyone's like, yeah, they're all freaking out. And dude, it was awesome.
Hell yeah.
Sweet.
Hell yeah, dude.
It was
Jared,
pretty
how
funny.
about you?
Hell yeah.
I don't know if I can do the favorite drummer of all time, like just one, but top three. It all started with Neil Peart for me. So it's Neil Peart, the Rev.
Okay.
Rest in peace.
Yeah.
Nice.
Both of them.
Hell yeah.
Yep. Yeah. And then Thomas Pridgeon.
Yeah.
Okay.
Dad Luke
Okay.
Combs. Well,
Luke is so sick. It's insane, man.
It's nasty. We all know that. Everybody knows that.
yeah.
Yeah. Dude, you know who else is really fucking cool? That's like, it reminded me a lot of Luke when I first saw him is Matt McGuire. You guys ever watch him, dude?
They're
Yeah.
buddies.
Yeah, that dude's got style for days, man.
I think Luke like helped him like get up, on the level.
that would make sense. But
buddies.
man, they're both savages.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. I watch
Totally
it
agree.
all the time.
Hell
Josh, give us your favorite drummer or top five.
My top five. Okay, cool. Definitely Vinny Paul, RIP. He actually came to one of our shows to see, not Rivals. He came to see this other band called. Oh no, it was for Rivals because of like a mutual friend sort of situation. And our friend's band just got done playing, and I looked to my left and I was like, "Yo, Vinny Paul just watched your set," and she was from Texas. She's another female drummer too.
Yeah.
She freaked out, and I was like, "Hey, make it. Vinny Paul's gonna watch us play," and he was like, "What?" It was the craziest experience. But he's definitely one. And then definitely Morgan Rose Brooke for sure.
I
And
forgot
then
Morgan.
I grew up in Orange County, like hardcore and stuff like that. So there was this band called Bleeding. What's up?
Sorry, I just said I forgot Morgan.
What'd you say?
Oh,
Sorry,
I
the
think
service is bad.
Oh,
Carry
yeah. There was this band called Bleeding Through at the time.
Oh,
I think it's still
Wombi,
around.
that's
But
my
there was a drummer
boy.
called Derek Youngsma.
Yeah.
He was, yeah. Oh my God, fantastic! Like he's like when it came to like metal drummers out of Orange County and like or like Riverside or whatever, he was the beast.
Yeah.
And then Joey Jordan for sure.
Yeah, I forgot about Joey, man.
Chris Adler.
Those were my
Jason
firsts.
yeah.
Hell
Jason,
yeah.
did you say Jason Bittner?
That's about all.
You said Jason
Yeah. Oh,
Bittner?
and Abe Cunningham too from Deftones. Fuck. There's so many.
Yeah.
Yeah, I did.
There's a lot of them. Hell yeah. Nah, Vinny Paul, dude, I met Vinny Paul one time. See, this is like your Tommy Lee story, Kyle. Like my Vinny Paul story is I played a festival here in Charleston. It was Rockfest, and it was Hell Yeah, Five Finger, Non-Point, and one other band. But the night before, Hell Yeah's bus broke down in Jacksonville. So I heard from people talking around that Hell Yeah had to rent a minivan and drive to Charleston from Jacksonville to make the show. And no one knew if they were going to be on time. So, the show's going on, and I get done playing my set and I'm walking back to the bathroom and I'm in the middle of the road like a jackass and I hear the horn honk. And I'm like, who the fuck? Turn around. Vinnie Paul driving a black minivan with Hell Yeah in the van.
No
like,
way.
oh shit. I'm like, it's fucking Vinnie Paul. And he like says, get the fuck out the way. And I'm like, oh, okay, no problem, you know. It was hilarious. So then, you know, I come out the bathroom and I'm walking back and I see them parked and like they're all changing, like they got like pajamas on and they're all like, you can tell they didn't sleep. And I'm like, my bad. Like, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to get in the way. By the way, can I get a picture? Like I was just like, yo, I need to do this now because I know you have a lot of stuff to do later on today. So it was so fucking funny. He was like, oh, no problem, man. I just didn't want to hit you. And I was like, good man, Vinny. Good man. You're a good man.
That is actually where me and that exact show was the first show that me and Mike actually ever met each other.
Yep.
It was
right.
Five Finger Death Punch was Five Finger was the headliner that night. Hell Yeah played right before him. We were on it, and what ended up happening is they were kind of having problems with their tour bus, actually the whole tour. And if I remember right, that this particular incident, the drive shaft actually ended up going through the bottom of the tour bus. And it actually almost hit their guitar tech, Marcus Rafferty. It went through the bottom of the bus, but it stopped right underneath his bunk.
Oh my God!
Wow.
Holy shit!
So they had to quickly like find rental vans, drive practically all night to get to this show. So there's like 2 black vans rolling up. They all spill out of it. Like they're like, we haven't slept. This is what happened. Blah blah blah.
Yeah. No, I remember like it was yesterday, dude. They pull up in a fucking black Dodge Caravan and damn fucking Chad.
2 of them.
Yeah, and Chad's in the bathroom warming up while I'm taking a piss, and he's just fucking. And I'm like,
yep. It's funny because Chad rolled out. And they had to stop at Walgreens for something, and Chad actually ends up spilling out of it wearing the red nose because he just donated. So actually, I have a picture on my Facebook with him in the red nose.
I'm trying to find the picture that I took with Vinnie Paul after I told him I'm sorry, I'm in the middle of the road. I'm gonna find it. But it was the funniest shit because I'm like, he honked that shit like hard, and I was like, who the fuck? And I was like, oh, it's Vinnie Paul. Like, I'm definitely gonna get out the way. Like, no problem. No problem, Vinny.
Yeah, real quick, we go back to some questions from Mr. Ron Wood. Is there a style or size of stick that you like better? Let's start with you, Josh. And he's frozen again. Brooke, to you.
So as I like kind of mentioned before, I use the Vader universals, you know, similar to a 5B. So that's my go-to.
Yeah.
Nice. Jared?
Like I said earlier, like style. Like I use 5A. Mostly, I've been messing around with, like I said, the dope sticks. There's like 9A and 7A, and then I've been messing around with some longer sticks, and I like the longer sticks because I have just more reach. Even though I have long arms, for some reason, like the standard stick size now just seems so small once I went from big to small, and I really think I am gonna order some more longer sticks so that I don't have to do as much reaching. And
found it.
there.
Did you say they have 9 A's?
Oh yeah.
I think it's 9A.
Are those like pencils?
Yeah, they break rather quick. But I mean, if you're trying for like going for speed and maybe not just like bashing the shit out of your drums, then these definitely will do you good.
Yeah, I'm not fast. I just hit sloppy and hard.
Yeah, I'm not a fast guy either. I use the Matt Halpern signature sticks. I was never a ProMark guy. I actually shitted on ProMark quite a bit. I was a Vader person as well. I played Vader a lot. I played Vader like my entire time playing drums until I found the Halpern stick. I used to use the Vader 3A fatbacks, And they, like I said, I played those for like the last like 6 years of playing.
Those have like the ball tip.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I used those for a very long time. I love them. I said I was never going to switch. But the only thing that I had like that I didn't like about the stick was like it just felt kind of hollow, but it was weighted perfect. I mean, like a 3A is kind of weighted like a 5B anyway, what they say. But it just felt kind of hollow to me, and they did break a little too quick. But then again, I also hit like a dumbass. So that's probably also why.
I will say your latest video, Michael, is funny.
Which one?
He goes in there. He's like, "Yeah, perfect timing, but can't catch a stick or shit."
Oh yeah, oh yeah, the fucking thing I put on Instagram. Yeah, I got you. Yeah, you're right. But no, I was touring. I did a tour with Sons of Texas 2 years ago, and the drummer, who's actually going to be on the show next week. Hello. But he plays the Halpern sticks, and he was like, "Hey, you should try these out. I swear by them. You might like them." And I was like, "I've actually never tried them before, so I'll go ahead and give them a try." And played the set with him that night, and I was like, "This is exactly what I've been looking for." And they feel full. It's probably the best stick that ProMark makes because, like I said, I never was a ProMark fan. I tried them in the past before I was like serious in drumming, and nah, they were never for me. But now I'm like, this stick is the one for me, and it's long. They say it's a 2B, but it feels like a 5B, and it feels perfect. And they last a long time too. They're very, very durable. So that's probably the best stick ProMark makes right now.
Yeah,
Nice.
I started out using 5Bs, and they were because of durability. Yet again, like 5Bs are thick, meaty sticks. I mean, they're not like marching sticks, obviously, but
Yeah.
since using A's, they're just they're fat, pH fat.
Hell yeah! No, I always thought that the 3A was like the perfect balance between like the 2B and the 5B. So that's why I always liked using the 3As. And also, Luke Holland used them at the time when I discovered them, and I was like, I want to be like him, so I'm gonna fucking try those sticks out.
I think I did the same thing.
Yeah, and now I think he has his own signature stick with Meinl, and they're like a 3A fatback with Meinl, and I'm like, see, the 3As, man, it's the best stick, or the best thing size.
Yeah.
Kyle,
Josh,
what are you doing?
yeah, Josh,
Yeah, I got all about the Vic Firth 5B wood tip, but when I order them, I have them. I can pick different weights.
Yeah.
So I have there's like the regular, and then there's like a medium and a heavyweight. So I usually go with the heavyweight. So, and they never. I mean, I've broken them obviously, but it takes forever. Like they end up just looking like a chipmunk chew, or like a beaver just ate the middle of it, and then finally they start to sort of give. But yeah, I don't just break them. I've never broken tips off of them. So I don't know, man. Vic Firth soft.
I've never broken the tip. I've always broken the fucking middle of the stick. The tips on those Matt Halpern sticks are indestructible.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
I had a pair of the Matt Halpern. I still have them somewhere. But
yeah, do you like them?
I like them. Yeah, they're cool. I used to do some, not artist relations, but I used to work with a guy that did artist relations for Daddario and stuff, and Impact. And so I got to test out and write a review on the Matt Halpern stick and the fire grain sticks. Those
are interesting.
Yeah.
Do you guys know the history behind those things?
I know they're heavy as shit.
Do you guys want a little weird history lesson about that shit?
Go ahead.
Yeah.
Go at me.
Sure.
Do you guys remember when there was a fire at the ProMark factory?
Oh, I can already see where this is going.
No,
but I never heard of that.
Yeah,
a huge fire at 1.2. That's a story as well. So when that happened, there was a bunch of sticks, an allotment of sticks or wood. I think it was just an allotment of wood that were saved. They were able to find them through the wreckage. Turned out the fire treated and heated the wood to the point to where it turned it into something where the molecules are denser, but there's more but more air can travel through it. And it turned out the Japanese do this to help weather test their wood for like the frames and like the old Shinto shrines and stuff like that. So it accidentally created this like reminder that you can do this with woodworking and stuff like that. So they were able to kind of hone in on that process and figure out how to do that in a production state, which is why the reason they're coated, or not coated, but like cooked the way that they are and feel the way that they do. The lacquer on the top, I mean, that's just like a pro mark thing. That's why they have like the nude versions too, or whatever, the raw versions. But they're definitely more playable or like the oaks destroy symbols, the fire grains don't destroy symbols, at least in my opinion. They're kind of like,
I thought they were like, my buddy Junior from All Hail the Yeti, he was using those last time we toured with them, and they seem like so heavy.
Well, I remember when Junior got them too. Yeah, because Phil hooked Junior up on that and everything as well as like a full deal with that. So I remember when his order came through. Those were heavy. I do remember that there was like, that's the thing about like production stuff. Like there's inconsistencies all the time.
Yeah.
That's just how it is. Like, not to talk shit on any company, you know, like being from TRX and everything as an artist rep, like inconsistencies happen with production. But, you know, that's why if there's something wrong, hopefully your artist rep is good enough to fucking flip it for you.
Yeah, totally.
That's just what it is. You know, every company just has like Zildjian has had their problems too before in the past. Like Remo has had tons of problems. Evans have had tons of problems. You know.
That's just science in general. Since the day that science was practically invented, it's like trials, tribulations, problems, malfunctions, and then eventually you end up coming out with a product, and guess what? Here you go.
Dr. Pepper, 24 flavors or 23 flavors. What was it?
Yeah.
I love it.
We had another question here. If you're asked to sit in for one song on stage, what band, what song? Let's start with Brooke.
That's a good question.
Ooh. That is a really good question.
I read it and I'm like, damn, this is like the first time. We've only had 3 episodes that it's like I've actually never been asked this at all in my ever life.
Yeah, I've never been asked this question before, and I have a question afterwards for everybody. So, but yeah, go ahead, Brooke.
Can you come back to me? I have to think about this one.
Yeah, right. Go ahead. I was saying if somebody has one, go ahead and just blurt it out.
I'm gonna say probably be an Issue song.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm not sure which song. Maybe like one of their more recent ones, like Flojo, or I don't know. Just really any Issue song would be dope.
Hell yeah.
What's that one song where it's like, get? What's the?
Oh, Drink About It.
There you go.
Fucking love that song, man.
Get. Dude, I love that song, 100%.
That song's great. Kyle, what about you, man?
It's a really hard question. When it was asked, I was just like, oh man. So I'm just gonna go with like what came to mind, and this is probably, it would be a fun song to play, but it's like if it was like the one and only, like I couldn't even think of one. But the one that came to my head, dude, I've always wanted to play Sweet Little Sister with Skid Row.
Oh, dude. Fuck yeah, man.
Yeah. That's just it's just a rocker, man. It starts off with a cowbell count in. It's like, oh fuck, that's party.
One of my favorite songs, it was Monkey Business because of the cowbell beat.
So, dude, that's so nasty because he's hitting the hats with it too.
Yeah.
Like, yeah.
Hell yeah, dude. I'll send you a video, dude. It's so fun to play that song. Dude.
Awesome.
Josh, what about you, man? I'm still thinking of my answer.
Oh, I said a Deftones song.
Okay.
Or
dude.
Did he freeze again?
He's frozen.
Need more cowbells. Josh froze again.
Oh,
Oh no, there he is. There you
guys
go.
hear me? Can you
Yep.
guys hear me now? All right, sick.
It's called fiber optics, buddy.
Gotta get that fiber Wi-Fi, man.
I said Slipknot Heretic Anthem.
Oh, dude, hell yeah! Heretic Anthem. I haven't heard that song in a long time.
That'd be a dope one.
That's a killer fucking song.
That whole
If it was,
break- Dun, dun,
yeah.
dun. Oh fuck, it's so sick. Oh my
man.
god, sick, dude.
I don't want to say I don't want to have a cliche answer because I feel like I have. I'm not gonna do that. Nah, if it's just one song, like I only have one song to fucking to fill in with a band, dude. Like Dr. Feelgood, man, Motley Crue,
Hell yeah.
Dr. Feelgood all the way. I did that song. I played a show, and we always do a cover song in the set, and like we never have done like an older, cover song in our set before. So I was like, why don't we just fucking bust out some Dr. Feelgood? And like everyone was like, fuck yeah, let's do that shit. And
Dude.
It fucking ripped, dude. It was so hype.
Man,
So yeah, that's my answer.
there's in Portland, there's like a pretty big tribute band scene, and there's
Yeah.
like a lot of seriously amazing tribute bands in town.
Yeah.
And I used to be in a Motley Crue tribute band called Same Old Situation.
Fuck yeah, dude.
And like, but it was funny because like I was like, man, I'm not doing the wig thing or nothing. So I had long black hair. Like I dyed my hair black. I'm a redhead, and so I dyed my hair black when I joined this band. And like they were all like 80s Motley Crue, and I was like 2010 Tommy Lee. So like the look didn't fit at all. But dude, this shit was so fun.
Awesome.
Hell yeah.
I'll say, Brooke, have you thought of any?
All right, I got my answer now. So I gotta go with Godsmack, of course, and probably I Stand Alone. That's
Classic.
yes.
Yeah, that's kind of cool beat the chorus.
It's got such a great drum part in that. I mean,
Yeah.
All right.
I used to play
Yes.
whatever.
Oh yeah.
I love that's such a good song too. I love that one.
Cover band essential right there. Hell yeah.
I'm gonna throw you guys for a loop as like I would literally love to play the kit as well doing it, but I would have to do Pull Me Under by Dream Theater with Dream Theater.
Interesting.
Okay.
Sick.
That's a good.
So I'm not like super familiar with Dream Theater. Would that be Portnoy or Mangini?
That's Portnoy.
Portnoy.
That's
Okay.
like second album, like 1980s Dream Theater.
Images and Words.
Oh yeah,
Images and
Images
Words.
and
Yeah.
Words album.
gotcha.
Okay, the CD had 8 tracks, but was
8 hours long.
94 minutes. Yeah, I think. Yeah, it was up there. It was like 8 tracks, and it's like, holy shit.
Yeah.
I got you guys. Meshuggah's
Uh-oh.
Bleed.
Oh, of course.
Yeah.
Oh, there you go.
Fuck
Fuck
yeah.
that.
All right, so I got a question. We'll go around, and pretty much we should have started with it, but I just want to, because I've actually never met in person any of you four. I've talked to Jared a few times before. Me and Jared actually were supposed to go on tour together a couple years ago, and then we got like screwed really bad by some people. I don't know if you remember that.
I'm trying to remember what tour was it?
We were supposed to go on tour, and it was supposed to be like a tour going to the College World Series, and the booking agent.
Oh yeah.
You remember like I think it was the booking agent or like one of our managers like fucked us out of some money.
Yeah.
That shit happens all the time.
Yeah, and it was real bad. But pretty much, I just want to get y'all's personal background. Like how'd you guys end up being drummers? How'd you guys end up in your bands? All that type of stuff, man. Because I don't know you guys like that. I just follow you guys.
Gotcha.
Right.
So whoever wants to start, go ahead, start.
Okay, I guess I'll start. Are you talking about like where we started like musically, or just like from like when our bands started and then we
Yeah,
went
like how'd you become a drummer? how'd you get to doing what you're doing today?
Okay, I'll make this quick. Originally, I'm ambidextrous, but originally like guitar was my thing. So as a kid, I tried playing left-handed guitar. And
Are you left-handed?
I'm ambidextrous, so I can do both either way.
I'm left-handed, but I can only do so many things with my right. But I'm predominantly. I mean, I say I'm ambidextrous, but
honestly, you probably are. Like, there's a bunch of studies. Most drummers are honestly ambidextrous. Like, that's just how our brains and our bodies work.
Okay.
But from that, I went into doing going actually into synthesizers and like piano and stuff like that. You know, in my first band, we were kind of like a weird Devo meets Marilyn Manson meets like Depeche Mode type shit. This was like freshman year of high school. Totally different, but I was in that band for 4 years. But like, I didn't get into drums until like sophomore year, and it was literally because of like Slipknot and like, you know, Bleeding Through and 18 Visions and all these like heavy Orange County bands. And then from there, I traveled to like a bunch of different styles of bands. I didn't start touring like amateur touring until like 2005 with my first band. Actually was out with God Forbid, which was sick. Or we met God Forbid somewhere. I don't remember really. I was somewhere in the Midwest. And then from there, I traveled to doing like thrash metal bands and stuff like that. And I toured pretty consistently with a thrash metal band called Madrost. And we did like Mexico, which was tight. So that was like the first international thing. And then from Orange County, I moved to LA to like go to school at MI. That was too expensive. So I went the community college route at Santa Monica College for more like orchestral percussion and songwriting and stuff like that. And then I just kind of like stayed and network within the LA Hollywood scene and like go to different things and like go to NAMM and stuff like that and just like meet and connect with people. I was in a female fronted like doom witchy band for a little bit during the same time that I got asked to fill in on drums for Rivals because they were going through drummers at the time, and that was actually during their Damn Soul, but during the process of writing Damn Soul or like mastering Damn Soul. So they asked me to come out for a 2-week run. At the time, they were also trying out a couple of other different drummers too. And originally, I didn't get the gig; it was someone else. It was like just this awesome dude named Andy. And but he couldn't do it for whatever reason, so they asked me, and then they tried me out for about a year and some change as far as like how it was to be on the road and stuff like that, because they were already touring DIY. So they just wanted to make sure that like I was a good fit for them, and we were a good fit for each other. And sure enough, it worked, and never looked back. That was long. Sorry.
You're good.
Fine. I was saying we got 2 hours, so trust me, it's like we're well within the time limit still.
Yeah.
Brooke.
But it's been dope. Like
He's lagging out again.
He's lagging.
Josh, the Frozen season 3 Alves.
Dude, I know it's so bad.
It happens. It's Sunday, so like everybody's on the Wi-Fi right now. It's like, hey, kids, make sure you get your homework done. Got to do it on the computer, Mom.
You got the most of your story got out, so you're good. All right, Brooke.
Go ahead, take it away, Brooke.
All right, so I started playing at about the age of 6. And I started after going to a birthday party, actually, and it was rock and roll themed. And they had musicians come, and they all brought their instruments, and each kid at the party was able to try out the instrument. So after sitting behind the kit, I just fell in love, and I went home that day asking my parents for a drum set for Christmas because my friend's birthday was in the beginning of December. So, you know, Christmas.
Good timing.
Yeah. And my parents have always been super supportive of it. That Christmas, I got a little mini first act drum kit. So, yeah. Also, my dad would always show me not to go back to Godsmack, but I'm going to go back to Godsmack anyways.
My dad was the same way, so everything you're saying, I understand.
Yeah, he would always show me the Batalla de los Tambores, the drum battle that they do
Yep.
now. And so I loved watching that. So that was like super influential for me to like actually practice and keep going. But that's how I got started. And I just, I stuck with it. After I got done with my first act kit, I got a sparkly purple Ludwig kit.
Nice.
Yeah. And yeah, and then fast forward a few years, I started, playing with people. I did School of Rock actually, and that's where I met Ashley, the bass player for Plush. But at the time, we weren't really like super close. Like we were always like friendly, but we weren't super close like when we first met.
Yeah.
And within that time, I was playing with, another band, and we were doing like a couple local gigs and stuff like that. It was fun. And I stopped playing with them. And then I got with Mariah, the singer for Plush. And we met through our dads had gotten into contact. And I guess she had seen also some like my videos and everything on social media and stuff. So we got together. Everything just like clicked like first time. So we were like, well, we really want to like do this. And then that's when we were looking for a bass player. And then that's when I brought in Ashley. And then we found Bella. And yeah, that's my story.
And you guys are badass too, by the way.
Thank you.
I do enjoy your music.
Thank you.
It's good stuff.
Mr. Wainscott.
For me, it all started back in middle school era. Sixth grade, I was just hanging out, being a sixth grader, and my brother-in-law he played drums, and I would always see him. He'd always come over and have like his practice pad and just be playing it. And then he had a couple of kits down in the basement, like some really nice kits, and I would kind of go down there and just like mess around with them. And then when I was in school, there was a kid that like, I don't know if y'all had like in your band, like in school, if people were running around with drumsticks, but I had like one dude that would just run around the school with his drumsticks and like always had a stick bag and like a backpack full of sticks and just like drum.
I was that kid.
Yeah.
Same.
Well,
I was that kid.
Like, that's cool, like, and then he was left-handed, and
too.
I got some kid to like talk to the band director and like get him to let me in. So he was like, yeah, next year. So 7th grade is when I started band and was playing snare drum and like whatever they wanted me to play. And then I was in some like hardcore bands that were local, and we did some like one of my first shows was with Asking Alexandria, which was cool. It was like the crappy side stage, but it was really awesome because that was my favorite band at the time. And it was like them, Emotionless in White. It was pretty awesome. But and then after that, I wanted to go to Nashville because Nashville is like where you do it. I was kind of moving on from like the hardcore phase. And so I found this guy in Kentucky that was like a guitar player, and then he was wanting to move to Nashville. So me and him kind of like moved to Nashville together, and then I got my own place. Then we played a few shows in Nashville. And then during that time, I guess one of the guys from Artifas had found like, I forgot what the page is now, but it's like band mix. That's what it was, where you go and like put yourself on there. It was like that old school website that you put yourself out there as a musician and try to get gigs or whatever.
Right.
He found me on that and hit me up and was like, hey bro, do you want to go on tour? And I was like, I mean, yeah, I think so. And like, that's kind of why I'm here. And then he was like, we have a tour in like 2 weeks. It was like 14 days. I was like, not ready for that at all, but I was actually deep down ready. Like that was what I came there for. So I was like on the phone with my mom, my friends. I was just like, well, I should do this, right? Like, And everybody was like, yeah, like just do it. Everybody, my parents were kind of nervous, but I was just like, I'm doing this. And so I moved out of my apartment and like I was actually working ballet at the time, and my guitar player, my now guitar player Cody, was also working ballet. So we were working at the same company, and then we met up, and 2 weeks later we went on tour, and yeah, it was kind of the rest is history.
Right.
So yeah.
You guys went to Japan, didn't you?
Yeah, we went to Japan in 2017, which was one of the best times of the band's career.
Yeah.
Papa Roach, Hoobastank, POD.
Hoobastank.
Holy crap!
Please
Yeah.
talk about that. How was Japan? Tell me all about Japan. I want to go there so bad.
Me too.
Well, we went to Okinawa. We went and played on a military base. So the story goes, we were in Clarksville at the warehouse playing, and this random guy came up to us afterwards and was like, dude, my dad's like the entertainment the coordinator for these big shows that happen. Oh shit.
It'd be like that sometimes.
Yeah. But his dad was the coordinator for the entertainment over there on Okinawa on the military base. And he was like, y'all want to like come over there? And we were like, I mean, sure. But like nobody thought it was real. Like we were all just like, yeah, some random guy, like giving us some kind of opportunity. And
for exposure.
Yeah. So
the exposure.
Yeah. So we were like, sure. And then like the weeks went on, and all of a sudden it was like happening. We were like, we're going there, and they were like paying us, and we was like, okay. So
fuck yeah.
We went, and it was with Papa Roach, and we got there, and it was super, super hot, dude. Like
I remember watching like a live stream video, and I was like, it looks really fucking hot there.
Dude,
like
I got off the plane and thought I needed to turn around because it was like a mixture of fumes and just hot, like to the point where I was like, I feel like I need to get back on the plane. Like it was miserable. And then but I mean it was beautiful, obviously, and it was a really fun. Everybody treated us so well, and the show was awesome, and we couldn't have really asked for a better. And Papa Roach was awesome. We were sponsored by by Jacoby's clothing company at the time, Lovers Are Lunatics, and so we got to meet everybody that was on the lineup. Papa Roach the whole time. It was awesome.
Hell yeah,
nice.
I remember when I saw that stuff, I was like, that's fucking badass, man.
It was a dream come true for all of us. We never expected to do that for our little. Like, we're all from like really small towns, and like, it was crazy.
Yeah, hailing out the Midwest, and all of a sudden you're touring Japan, or at least getting an opportunity to go there.
An opportunity from a guy at the warehouse in Clarksville, Tennessee.
Yeah, exactly.
And last time I played there, like the power went out like in the entire building during like my band's set.
That's typical.
And I was like, what the fuck is this place? It was my first time being there.
Just played there a few weeks ago with Pirate the Radio. Actually, it was just there last month.
Cool spot.
Power go out?
It's rough around the edge.
Yeah, no, the power went out.
But I will say the end result after my set was not pretty. I shouldn't have ate the barbecue like 3 hours before I had to play.
You never eat before you play, man. That's why you puke.
I was starving.
Can't do it.
We were all the way from Asheville, North Carolina. So it was like, man, we got to eat. We have to stop. We need that Tennessee barbecue. So
fuck yeah.
Kyle, where'd you start?
My whole dad side of the family plays music. Like my dad is a singer, guitar player, and he's played in bands literally like my whole life. So my dad's band practiced at our house like from the time I was born until like when my parents split up when I was 5, and then I went to live with my mom. But the story is that like I just kind of came out beating on shit like just constantly. So my second Christmas, I got a kit when I was like a year and a half old or some shit, and I broke it in like a week just from beat, just beat the hell out of it. And then I had one at my grandparents' house too, so played that one and then broke that one. And then so I didn't have a kit until like I was like 7, I think. But my dad got it for me, so it was at his house, so I didn't like play much. And when I was a kid, like I was just all I cared about was sports. And then I started skateboarding, and that was like literally all I did.
Yeah.
So when I was like 15, I actually wanted to learn how to play guitar. So my dad taught me like some chords on the guitar, and then I went like just like balls deep into learning how to play guitar. And so when I started playing in bands, I was actually a guitar player. And I like I said, I'd beat on stuff my whole life, but I never really considered myself like a drummer. I just had drums, you know. But then I had played this show with my first band, and like our drummer would come down and sing with our singer. He'd scream shit, and then like I would go play drums while the other guitar player just held down the rhythm and shit like that.
Right.
And the first time we did it, I just like felt like, oh fuck, dude, this is home. You know, like I felt so much more comfortable behind a kit on stage than like having a guitar in my hand up there. It's like I never liked performing live with a guitar. And when I played drums, I was just like, all right, I'm gonna start playing drums for real. So I quit that band and like stole the people out of that band that I wanted to play with and started a band and started a band where I was playing drums, and then we got a singer, and that's like that band broke up, and then I just kept playing drums for like tons of bands in Portland. And then I met the dudes in 36, and like they took my band on tour a couple times, and I've been hanging out with those dudes since I was like fucking like maybe like 17 or something. And I was really close with Thomas and all the guys, but Thomas had like, he just was really over touring, you know, at the end of his tenure with the band. And so like he would always just say like, yeah, man, well, I might need you to fill in for a tour. And so I was always ready, you know, and they were like one of my favorite bands, so I knew everything. And it just so happened that like I was on the road with them just hanging out, and Thomas had like fucked up his hand the night before, so he was playing the last show of the tour. We were in Tacoma, and he couldn't like finish the set with one hand. He was trying to play the whole show with one hand. And I'm like, dude, you know, I mean, I'm here. And he was like, are you serious? And I'm like, yeah, man, I got this. And so he brought me up on stage to finish the set. And they were like, well, what songs do you know, dude? And I was like, well, let me see the set. I see the set, and I'm like, well, where are we at? We're Bloodwork? Like, I know him. Let's just play the whole set. So we did. So we finished. There's video on YouTube of it, actually. It's funny, but we did. And then like Thomas quit shortly after, and he was like, he handpicked me to take his place. So yeah, Holt called me, and he was like, hey man, like you wanna come play with us? And I was like, at that point, like I was flying all over like the country, like trying out for different bands, because I was like, I got to do something, man. Like nothing's happening in Portland. Like, so I flew a couple places and tried out for bands, and I was in Oklahoma, and Holt called me. He's like, yo, bro, you can't move. I'm like, well, what do you mean? And he's like, well, you want to play with us? And I was like, if you're serious, I'll come home right now, man. But like, I got to do something. He's like, all right, we'll come home. So that's how that happened. And then Ligature Marks started in like 2018, I think. And I've played with those guys before in other bands, like before I was in 36. Right. And then I'm also in a band now in town called The Loyal Order. And we've got some radio stuff out there and an album, so you go check that out. And then most recently I just I've been filling in for like the Torch on the last couple of runs they had. So I don't just a hired gun at this point, but
were you playing drums for them on the tour that got canceled in the middle of it?
Yeah, the Killswitch August Burns Red tour had just started. We did the first 2 shows, and then we got
your bandwagon driver was my boy Ethan. Do you remember Ethan?
I do, but since we were only out for like 3 days, I didn't see him much.
Yeah. Nah, he was supposed to. He told me something about like y'all forgot a vacuum cleaner. And
it wasn't just a vacuum cleaner. Like, I think what happened was like when he was supposed to pick up the stuff at the storage unit or wherever like all their gear was, there was like a complete tote left behind, and it had like a barbecue practice pad, a vacuum cleaner, me and Wambi, like the bass player for Light the Torch, Bleeding Through, dude. Yeah, Josh, I'm sure he knows him. But we started collecting movies on the tour, like the first tour I did with him. So we had like a fucking brick box of like 100 movies that we had gotten, and that was in there. So we were like, well, where's all of our stuff? And then it's like,
So he fucked up.
That's what I mean, dude, I'm a hired gun. I had no part of it. Like I was just like, nah, well, fuck, what do we got to do? I mean, I don't know what to say, but
Yeah.
there was stuff that didn't show up with the trailer. All the gear was there.
Yeah,
all the gear was there. But it was like, it was stuff to like keep the RV nice. Like we like to clean up after ourselves and shit. So we have like vacuums and all this kind of stuff. And it was just like everyday living stuff. Like I had a kettle in there and there's a coffee pot, all that kind of shit,
Yeah. Well, yeah, you don't want to go 30 days, all of a sudden just all that dirt and grime and everything from playing and sweat and stuff all just building up in the carpet.
Yeah, it's brutal.
Literally, you take it back to bandwagon. Man, it smells like a sweaty ass locker room in here.
Dude, sometimes like that's so funny. Like when you're out, I've been fortunate enough to tour with dudes that like are clean and like pick up after themselves and stuff like that. But no matter how clean you are, especially like if you're in a van and say you're in Louisville in fucking the middle of July, dude, and it's gonna stink. Like it's so hot and so gross. And like bands at our level, like we don't have fucking showers and shit. We gotta like shower at the truck stop, and most of the time, like I don't have the $12 for a shower. So it's just like baby wipes, baby.
We went and got the Planet Fitness membership so we could, shower in every city.
Oh, dude, that's smart. Why? I never thought about that.
That's what a lot of people say. They're like, we actually never thought of that. That's actually a pretty good idea.
I'm just like, me a gym? No.
I only use it for the shower, man. I use it for the shower and the massage chairs. That's all. That's the only reason why I use it.
Planet Fitness. You can stay there for hours.
It's genius.
Yeah,
they're every.
And you can park out front.
You can stay there too. You can stay at night for 24 hours.
Yeah. They won't kick you off. They won't kick you out. Wow. That's what we did. Every tour we did, man. We did we made sure everybody had a Planet. You can bring a guest if you have a black card. And I mean, the only thing it's funny because every Planet Fitness is different. So every shower there's going to be a surprise every time you walk in. Either they're very nice and there's a dressing room where you can walk, straight across and you don't got to worry about nothing, or one of those, or some of them, there's no changing room. So you just got to walk across that thing naked, man. So you got to deal. But you're showering every day. So I'm glad I could.
I can 100% say I have never once in my life showered every day on a tour. Like that is just like no way, it's not happening.
And up until the last 2 years of me touring, that was the thing. I was like, this is amazing.
Overseas,
my first tour, I didn't shower for 2 weeks.
Oh, dude, I've been there. Yeah. I mean, it's gotten excuse me, it's gotten gnarly before.
What's
up?
Why is it different overseas?
Because not all, but like a lot of the venues have showers. Like in America, that's not a common thing, at least to like the level that like at least 36 is at. Because in America, man, like we're only doing like 200-300 seaters sometimes. Like maybe some of them will be like 600 or 700 if like it's a good market for us. And the places that we play overseas, I mean, like they're not big, but it doesn't matter how big they are. You could be in like 150 cap room and you'll still have a shower in your dressing room.
That's really nice.
It's very nice. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, we have a shower on our old RV that we had, and that changed the game entirely.
Yeah. See, like in a band that I was with before 36, like we had a band RV, but it was too heavy to keep the water in the tank, and we didn't have a trailer, so we used the shower for like a cabinet. Like we'd throw a bass cab in the fucking shower. So,
oh man,
yeah,
right,
yeah. We tried to keep our like tank. Well, I fill that thing up most of the time, but we did if we were like going up hit like mountains, we would empty the tank beforehand.
Oh, for sure.
But
yeah.
RVs, man, are really not supposed to like do.
They're not meant to do what a tour bus is doing.
They're not meant to tour at all.
Yeah.
You're supposed to like
not at
drive
all.
someplace and park it and
Park-
then
Yep.
drive back.
Yeah.
Well, the newer models, they're actually designing for that. So I mean, I don't know like what year it started, but they started putting bigger like cat, diesel engines and like a lot of the newer ones for like the big cross country ones. So I mean, a lot of the newer, but yeah, if you had an old one, nope.
Yeah. No.
The one that Killer Koi had, man, it was a pop out. So when it was in, there was like no spot to like really chill besides like the kitchen and then the passenger seat.
Yeah.
And then so you had to wait until we were stopped and popped out for it to be comfortable.
Mhm.
And because the back bedroom was a fold up bed, and then
Yeah.
like the bunks were like closed in. So like either you just sat in there and you cracked the window, or you did not, because you'd be trapped essentially, like you'd be stuck. So
Yeah.
like the traveling in the RV, while it was nice and it's nice to have, man,
It's
that
better
I'm
to
meant to do.
See, here's the
Yeah,
weird thing, man.
honestly.
Like I didn't do every time I'd been on tour, I was never in a van until like 2016. Because 36 always had an RV, and my bands before that always had an RV. And I mean, we just kept blowing the motherfuckers up. So like, we just like, man, let's just rent a van and get the insurance, and then whatever happens, we don't have to fucking replace it, Like, so we started doing van tours, and I was thinking I wasn't gonna like them because I'm just like, I like to like walk around the RV and just like do my thing while we're driving down the road and just like whatever, not be like tied down to a van. But I noticed like in the van, it was like, now we're all like forced to interact right now. Like, so it was almost like we got tighter, because one dude's not in the back sleeping, the other one's not like over on the couch, and like we're all just like boom, 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 just like,
You got a good point.
I gotta look
good
at you,
point.
man. You better be nice to me today. You know what I mean? Like
all the tours I did until I got into Killer Koi was literally, it wasn't even a van, it was a fucking RAV4.
Nice.
Like RAV4.
Dude, we blew up the engine on one of our RVs, and we were on tour within this moment, I think, and we had 2 weeks left, dude, and we finished the tour in a fucking Suburban. And
so you already know.
They threw my little ass in the back, like in the back. So I had like my own little studio, like apartment, but it was like this big, like I didn't straighten my legs for like 2 weeks unless I got out and walked, and just like waking up just like 3 inches shorter because my back's all fucked.
Yep.
It's like this tour is not as fun as I was hoping it was gonna be.
I've done the tour in the RAV4. I did the tour in a Hummer. I've done the tour in the conversion van. Yeah, Hummer, like a legit Hummer.
expensive.
And it was so stupid. It was, and that like that.
Oh,
it wasn't. I wouldn't call it a tour.
Gas low. You spent more in gas than you got in guarantees.
Yeah,
for sure.
It wasn't really a tour. It was more like a little like a weekend thing. And we had no vehicle except our buddy was like, "We'll let you borrow the Hummer," because the RAV4 was fucked up. So we were like, "Oh well, we'll take the Hummer. Fuck it." So we take the Hummer, and that was just
27 hours of driving later. You're just like, "Oh man!"
The first literally driving from North Carolina to Wisconsin was the start, and then the drive back from Wisconsin was pain. It was pain. And then I got into Killer Koi. We got lucky with an RV. It was an old RV, really old RV, and we had it. Did a couple shows in it, and then when it was time to go on the tour with Sons of Texas, it broke down on us to the point where like it was like there was no fixing it, like without spending a shit ton of money. So luckily, it broke down in Charlotte. We played a show at Amos South End, and it broke down there. So we were lucky we were at home when it broke down. And we were like, all right, so how do we finish the tour? Like, what are we going to do? And everyone was like, we might as well, I don't know what we're going to do. And I was like, well, there's got to be somebody who has a RAV4. I was making jokes about the RAV4. They're like, man, I don't know. But then a buddy of ours called us and was like, I got a pickup truck. And I was like, I've done them all, man. Bring that motherfucker in here. Let's go. So we did it in the pickup truck. You rode a
gotta do what
pickup
you gotta
truck,
do,
man. We then luckily we ended up getting a new RV after that. But man, the pickup truck was a fun time. Honestly, I prefer the pickup truck more than the Hummer and the RAV4.
I bet.
Dude, the fucking the In This Moment tour ended, and I want to say like Asheville, North Carolina, or something like that.
Yeah.
And
Ooh.
so I drove in the back of that Suburban from Asheville to Portland, Oregon.
Yep.
Wow. Oh my god.
Dude,
Rough.
awful.
Oh.
Like-
Oh.
It was terrible. It was so terrible, dude. I'm just like,
You got back to Portland, you came out with a walker.
dude, seriously. I was almost like, guys, throw me in the fucking trailer. Like, I don't care. I will sleep on the gear. Like, I don't care. This sucks.
We had
The spot I had in the Hummer was like right over the exhaust. So like where I was sitting, it was hot. And I was
Oh, yeah.
like,
All the time.
this is bad. Like, and there's every spot's taken, and I was like the only one that could fit in the back. So I had to deal with that. And I'm like putting as many blankets as I can underneath me so I'm not burning my back. And it didn't do shit. I was like, bro, I'm about to just buy a plane ticket. We're like not even close. I can't do this shit. Somehow I made it through, but I was like, this is, oh my God. My back is probably still fucked up because of that trip.
we shoved like 6 people in a 5. I think it was either 6 or 7. It was tight. We broke down in Michigan, and it's kind of a funny story because our van threw a what was it? Some kind of rod like straight through the gas tank, and so we were stranded on the side of the road. And it's Michigan in wintertime. It was freezing, and we were all huddled on the side of the road. And at one point, we were so cold. Somebody came and took the van, and then we were just left there waiting on somebody to come pick us up. And we were on the side of the interstate, and we were so cold that we all literally huddled together for warmth. And it was kind of embarrassing.
I've done that. One time we broke down in the RAV4.
How the hell is the tow truck driver going to leave people on the side of the road?
Say what?
I said, how the hell was the tow truck driver just going to be like, yeah, here you go. I'm going to take off your van. You guys are shit out of luck.
Yeah. It was because we had people on the way. They just hadn't gotten there yet. And we did sit in the tow truck while he hooked up. But then once he was done, he left. And we were just like, all right. And yeah, but we had to get a rental car. It was the end of the tour. Maybe we cancel some shows. We had to get a rental car from Michigan back to Tennessee, and it was like a 7-8 hour drive with too many people than what the car held. And I crunched up against the door the whole.
I remember one time we broke down the side of the road, and we had to get. It's kind of like a similar story. Like they took the vehicle from us, and all we had was the trailer. So what we did was essentially what you did, but it was pouring rain, so we were like, "What do we do?" We're just getting to the trailer and huddle in the trailer with a phone light. Like It was so fucking bad, dude.
Yeah, we
good
don't
times.
Like in
I wasn't
Michigan.
What's up?
Michigan just sucks to tour in the winter. We try to avoid
Oh
it.
man,
Yeah, absolutely.
Anything up
cold.
Michigan, Wisconsin, Illinois, Minnesota. Nope.
New Mexico.
Yeah, during winter tours, stay to the south.
never works.
Oh, yeah.
So.
No, it never does. It never works out that way. Brooke, have you gone on tour yet? Have you been able to go on a tour yet?
Nope.
So the Plush tour is going to be the first tour you get to do.
Yes, definitely. We have some stuff that like we're trying to plan out. Very exciting. But you know, like with COVID and everything, like it's planned for like late fall.
Yeah, sure.
But you know, right now COVID is still like an issue. But I think it's gonna happen. Like how everything's going on right now.
Have you guys been at least able to play out locally as far as any of you guys' venues and stuff? No.
So Mariah, Ashley, and I were from New York, and right now in New York, everything is still like closed.
Completely shut down, yeah.
Yeah. So
Yeah. My aunt works in a hospital in Queens, and she says New York is still,
Pretty much
still
the West
being-
Coast locked down. Can't do shows.
No, I mean we can do shows now. They started playing shows in LA already,
Oh, have you?
but they're just
I heard about
like
that.
small capacity shows.
Okay. Yeah, I would say actually right before I joined Magdalene, I joined them last October. I actually lived in Rancho Cucamonga when everything basically went down, and so it was just like, yep, nothing, zero, zilch, nada. So, and I think it was about 2 months before I moved out here, they started finally being able to 25% capacity, or so on and so forth. But there was still like no live shows though. So like the bars were just starting to open up, the barber shops were starting to open up. So I mean, they were the West Coast was definitely on the last on the list to start actually allowing things again.
Yeah, they just had their first Roxy show like last week with
Okay.
one of Travis Barker's like new artists, and then some of the local, like we have like this thing called where it's like a bunch of like like musicians from LA from a bunch of different like major touring bands like get together and do like a rock show where it's like they cover songs or whatever, right?
Sure.
They started
Yeah.
doing they started doing their first one last night, just at a different venue, because a lot of the venues here in LA are actually gone, unfortunately, or have been purchased out by someone else and getting revamped. So there's not a
Right.
lot of places to play to anymore, actually, unfortunately. Or they have to be owned by Golden Voice or Live Nation or something that's a little bit higher.
Yeah.
It's sad.
And I mean, we're already on the topic. It's I'll say we got about less than 20 minutes left. I'll say we'll actually start with Jared this time. Anything as far as coming up for you and Artifas, as far as coming up that you can tell? I know there's probably going to be a lot of no confirmations, can't tell yet till it's released type of ordeal, but anything that you can, spill, to obviously look for you guys on the road, shows, tours, live streams even.
Yeah, it's unfortunate because right now is like we're right on the brink of releasing this new album. We haven't released the name or any, not a lot of details about it. We've been working on this album since 2017. It's just been a long ride the past few years. So, but we do have an album coming out, and we have some pretty good things happening behind the scenes, and it's all about to open up and be seen. So just be on the lookout.
Hell yeah.
Perfect. I would say, Brooke, if you can tell, is there anything that happening for you guys that we can look forward to?
Yeah, like I mentioned, we have like some touring stuff planned. And we are in pre-production for an album.
Awesome.
So you guys can expect that. Keep a lookout for that, like early fall-ish. So yeah.
I would say
You guys work with Johnny K, right?
Yeah, we're working with Johnny K.
So that's who you're gonna do the album with?
I'm sorry, what'd you say?
Is that who you're gonna do the album with, or?
Yeah, so we did our song Hate that we have out now. We worked with him on that. And then the album, we're also going to be working with him on it as well.
I'll say kind of I don't want to sit there and say a personal question, but how does it feel to be a Billboard artist on your very first single being released?
It's so crazy because like I would have never expected it, just like, first song out, like, usually it's
right.
Like, maybe like one of the songs off of your like second album that you put out.
Sure.
Gets to like Billboard. So it's just like everything, all the support that we've been getting, like we're so grateful for it. And it feels so surreal in a way.
Right.
So,
Yeah.
But super great.
No, absolutely. It's like I'm definitely really looking forward to like I said earlier in the show. It's like the first time I met you. It's you hopped on during one of our songs at Poughkeepsie at the Chance. So it's like that was the first time meeting you. Had you up there, had your mom and dad, and me and Rob kind of in your face sitting here shooting videos via our phone. She's like, "Damn it!" It's like these two need to get on my face right now. I can't concentrate.
Oh my
No,
God.
it's awesome. It's definitely good to see now is getting the band and stuff, and actually, I've ever since like I said, meeting you and stuff, it is like I said, meeting you, you actually did a cover of their songs, put it on YouTube, got to come out and stuff like that. So it's kind of, I don't want to sit here and say watching you as a baby, but now it's like, okay, it's like I want to see what this chick's all about. Holy crap! It's like this is awesome.
Thank you.
But no, it's awesome. I'm very proud to sit here and keep watching the growth, and it's like awesome job. Congratulations.
Thank you so much.
Josh, anything we can expect from Rivals?
Yeah, actually, a couple things. We are slated to do Furnace Fest in September. I think that's in Alabama, I think.
Awesome.
I'm really hoping that thing goes through because that's right. A bunch of bands, a bunch of old school hardcore, metalcore bands are on there. So I'm really stoked for that. There's obviously box of things around that same time as well. But we just can't really say anything yet, obviously. And yeah, I'll be doing like a small partnership with Rodham Drum Shoes coming out soon, kind of like a cool artsy thing that's going to be. So look out for that. And then records out. Just keep on pushing it, See where it goes.
Awesome. And Mr. Kyle, what can we expect out of you coming up? If you can tell, obviously.
Yeah, I can tell some of it. Ligature Mark's been working on a lot of new music in the studio. So we'll have some new stuff coming out, I don't know, a couple months probably. We did just release a new video like a week and a half ago, 2 weeks ago. Anyone wants to check it out, it's for a song called Noise in the Signal. On June 11th, we're doing a reissue of our first EP release with some added tracks to it. Nice. And we do have an online event coming up, but can't really say anything just yet about it. Sure. My other band, The Loyal Order, we've been in the studio working on some stuff too. So new music from that, I'm sure. That's about it. I've been doing studio work for some other stuff, but new music, no shows or anything like that, unfortunately. So, but
definitely keep us all posted, and if you guys watching, check out everybody here, follow them. We tagged all their Instagram and Facebook and stuff like that when we posted about them. We'll go ahead and wrap this thing up, and just want to appreciate you guys coming on. You guys are welcome back anytime.
Thanks for having me, man. It's good to meet all you guys. Can't wait to see you in person.
Same. Yeah, most definitely.
Cross paths.
Definitely.
I'm sure we will, man.
We will, yeah.
We can hope.
What's up,
With heads held high. Well, for myself, Michael Russo, and our gone but not forgotten because he's getting married, Mr. Chris.
Congratulations, Chris.
Shout out Chris, man. He's getting married in Vegas. That's goals right there.
Right.
Got married this weekend, so he's going to be in Vegas on his honeymoon / wedding / honeymoon. Saying it backwards and shit. It's the end of the night, long day. But thank you guys for joining us on Who Gave the Drummer a Mic. Make sure you go to Rivals, Plush, Artifas, The Loyal Order, and Ligature Marks. Go like, subscribe, catch out what they got coming up. Obviously, check them out on YouTube, Instagram, Facebook. Same thing as far as with our show. Subscribe, spread the word about us. We got plenty more drummers coming your way. Thank you guys. Have a good night.
Thanks, guys.
Dude.
Peace.
Yeah.
Bye.